Good morning. This is Transition News on Atlantic Television Network. Pan-Niger Delta Forum has cautioned proponents of the Biafra Republic against including communities in the Niger Delta or South-South geopolitical zone in their secessionist agenda. PANDEF issued the warning in a statement released in Port Harcourt, signed by its national youth leader, Don Ben Doyea, and sent to journalists. Doyea stressed that the youths of the Niger Delta would resist any attempt to incorporate the region into the secessionist agenda. The apex social-political body of the Niger Delta distanced itself from the Biafra agitation, emphasizing its commitment to a united Nigeria built on equity and justice for all citizens. The forum reiterated its vision of a Nigeria where subnational entities control their resources and remit taxes to the federal government for essential services, including homeland security, territorial integrity, and international diplomacy. Highlighting the region's historical stance, he noted that while the 1964 Constitution provided a framework for true federalism, subsequent military coups and the 1999 Constitution represented a departure from those ideals. The forum also praised its national chairman, Ambassador Godknows Ighale, describing him as an intellectual of international repute, underscoring PANDEF's credibility and dedication to its cause. In conclusion, PANDEF called on Nigerians and the international community to recognize and respect the Niger Delta's stance against being included in any secessionist agenda. Pardon me, please. All is now set for the 2024 annual Carol of 9 lesson event put together by Morrison Group. The event, which is scheduled to hold tomorrow, Thursday, December 5th, 2024, by 4 p.m. prompt at Wish Complex, Wish Avenue, Radio Estate, Ozuoba, Port Harcourt in Rivers State, is an annual event organized by Morrison Group, owners of 99.5 Wish FM, Atlantic Television Network, Guard Place Hotel, Asgear Waters, Tegard Tools Limited, and Morrison Media Academy. Recall that this service was introduced in 1918 to bring a more imaginative approach to worship. The event will feature the Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols, which is the Christmas Eve service. The service includes readings from the Bible from 1st to 9 lessons. Analyst Chizi Inyo-Masila has stated that Governor Fubara's panel of inquiry was constituted to intimidate Rivers people. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Open Conversation, a socio-political analyst Inyo-Masila alleged that the panel of inquiry is biased in their findings.
You discover that from the statement of the chairman, there are people.
Speaking further, Inze opined that the panel recommendation be taken the later, irrespective of who is involved, urging the governor match the words with actions. This is coming after the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, has vowed to implement the recommendations of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into the recent destruction of lives and property across some local government areas. Independent National Electoral Commission has called for a probe of a fire outbreak which destroyed key election materials at his Owa Oyibu office in Ika Northeast local government area of Delta State. In a statement, the INEC's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, said the incident occurred on December 2nd, 2024, and was suspected to have been caused by a power surge following the restoration of public electricity. According to a plenary report from the resident electoral commissioner for Delta State, Etekamba Umorin, the fire got at the store section of the office, which housed petrol generators and other items. Among the materials destroyed were 706 ballot boxes, 50 election bags, 322 apron vests, 3 electric generators, 140 stamps and 50 ballot box seals. The National Commissioner noted that no injuries or fatalities were recorded during the incident. Various other supplies, including envelopes, posters, forms, and booklets, were also lost. INEC confirmed that security agencies and emergency services had been informed to conduct a thorough investigation into the cause of the fire. The Commission commended the Nigerian Police Force and the Delta State Fire Service for their prompt response to the incident. Mr. Kenneth Imasunagbo, former Edo governorship aspirant under the Labour Party, has officially resigned his membership of the party. This was contained in his resignation letter to the national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, and his Ward 2 chairman in Ewohimi in Benin. Imasunagbo lost the Labour Party's governorship ticket to former Nigerian Bar Association President Olumide Akpata. The party finished third in the Edo 2024 governorship. Imasunagbo cited the lack of internal democracy and the leadership crisis in the party as reasons behind his decision. Imasunagbo stated that the party had deviated from its core values and principles, rendering it incapable of offering Nigerians a credible and purposeful political alternative. He accused the leadership of running the party like a commercial entity, failing to embody the ethos of its Mama, Papa, Pikin slogan meant to inspire grassroots trust. He alleged that the Labour Party imposed candidates and disregarded rules, creating frustration amongst committed members. Police in Edo State has ordered an investigation into the circumstances that led to the death of a former chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Kaduna Ebiogbodin, at a police checkpoint in Benin City. The command spokesman, Moses Yamu, said the Commissioner of Police, Umore Uzigi, gave the order with great concern news of the death of Ebiogbodin, former chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress in Edo. Yamu quoted Uzigi as saying the police would investigate issues of unprofessional conduct in the incident. According to Yamu, the CP wishes to use this media, family, friends, and associates of the deceased over the loss and pray for the repose of his soul. The CP noted the cordial working relationship existing between the police, civil society organizations, NLC, and all critical stakeholders in the state, and has therefore directed the immediate investigation into the incident. Cross River State Governor Senator Bassi Otu has expressed satisfaction with the progress of key infrastructure projects, including the remodeling of the Governor's Office Complex, the State Library, the previously abandoned Local Government Service Commission Office, and the Governor's Lodge. Otu made the remarks during the tour of the ongoing project, commending the quality and pace of work. He noted that the redesign of the Local Government Service Commission Office, abandoned for over a decade, would enhance public administration and boost productivity. The governor has of creating modern functional workspaces for civil servants. During the governor also visited the reconstruction site of the State Library, which is undergoing a comprehensive transformation from a neglected facility into a modern learning hub. The upgraded library, with future state-of-the-art amenities, including dedicated reading spaces, computer facilities, e-learning resources, and communal area for educational programs and exhibitions. Otu also inspected the renovation of his main office, which has been under refurbishment for the past 18 months. He reiterated his administration's commitments to maintaining high standards and quality in all development projects. Analyst has advised the Abia State Governor to consider the request of pensioners towards payment of arrears of gratuity of retirees. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Atlantic Blowout, socio-political analyst Churchill Wali recognizes that people rely so much on their pensions to improve their lives.
Service as a civil servant, you earn your salaries, So many persons do not do anything, much things with their salaries. They do basic things. And where they target their hope on is their gratuity. And they also believe that with the pension, they can be servicing themselves. So unless some civil servants that embark on taking loan, and for you to start taking loan, you must have worked for so many years, and you should be of a higher cadre in civil service. So you working for you to ensure that, yes, that the government is stabilized is not an easy job. So you need to encourage him or her. So me, I'm of the opinion that Governor T should try, despite his, I know too well that he has his template. He knows what he wants to come to Abia State.
This is coming after pensioners in Abia State have appealed to Governor Alex Oti to take a second look at the issues of arrears of gratuity of retirees and rescind been sacked for sabotaging education in the state by charging money for sundry reasons. Dr. Vera Nkiru Nwandinobi, executive chairman of ASUBEP, disclosed this at a press briefing in her office. She listed the defaulting head teachers who were sacked as Mrs. Okoye Uju of Awada Primary School, Mrs. Nwanfo Eunice Nwaneka of Awada Primary School, Mrs. Nwakaku Patience Obioma of Awada Primary School, Mrs. Annie Wetalu Elizabeth Ekene of Awada Primary School, Mrs. Odionu Gloria Nkolika of Awada Primary School, and Mrs. Mulaoka Augustine Chinwe, also of Awada Primary School. She said they have been mandated to refund all monies collected from pupils and also hand over to the next ranking officer and step down from their positions. Nwandinobi emphasized that the state government will no longer tolerate such irresponsible conduct and will recommend outright dismissal from service from any head teacher or principal who goes contrary to the free education policy. According to her, the investigative team found that head teachers in the affected schools were charging fees for extra lessons, ink fillers for markers, blue pens, and red pens. Other unauthorized fees discovered by the investigative team include fees for compiled questions and answers for verbal and quantitative subjects, lesson fees, sent forth for retiring or transferred teachers, burial levy, to mention but a few. Nigerian police force has linked many cases of missing young women to ritual practices, with a growing concern to the rising hookup culture in the country. The public relations officer of the Ogun State Command, Omolola Oduntola, revealed this when she was featured in an interview. During the discussion on hookup culture, impact on youth values and relationships, Oduntola revealed that young women aged 22 to 32 are the most affected. She added that many young people, especially males, believe that ritual killings are a way to become wealthy. She said in-depth investigations also revealed that those cases are not by accident and that most of them are connected to hookup channels and apps. She added that they fall victim to strangers who casually invite them to unknown places and eventually fall victims to being used for ritual purposes. The police boss further added that it stems from the ugly perspective of young persons who believe that ritual killing could enrich them, noting that there are people who deceive young people to get human skulls or human body parts which they use for some kind of concoction to get them rich. She stated that the police command is collaborating closely with the State Women's Affairs Commission to tackle and curb the menace. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has presented an appropriation bill of 1.055 trillion naira for 2025 to the State House of Assembly for approval. Presenting the budget, Christian budget of hope and prosperity. The governor stated that the figure was made up of 600.98 billion naira as capital expenditure and 453.56 billion as recurrent expenditure. He stated that the budget earmarks 120.14 billion naira as personal costs, 75 billion as debit cost charges, and 219.86 billion as overhead costs. Abiodun, giving a breakdown and key allocation, noted that infrastructure would go up to 27% of the budget at 284.95 billion. Education would go up 167. Education would go up 167.835 billion naira, representing 17% of the budget, and health would go up 538 billion naira, representing 13%. He noted that 66.382 billion naira, representing 6%, would be expended on housing and community development, while recreation, culture and religion would go up 25.274 billion naira at 2%. The governor highlighted physical projects which included the renovation of general and state hospitals, procurement of laboratory and medical equipment across the state, construction of Red Line Metro Rail extension Agbado, Kojola, Blue Line Metro Rail at Okokomaiko, Agbara, Lusada, and Pipeline Motor Rail Line Muwe Iperu as some of the capital projects his administration would embark in 2025. According to the governor, the budget strives to balance fiscal responsibility with improved public service delivery, ensuring resources are used effectively to maximize prosperity for all by tackling immediate issues like unemployment and poverty. Kwara State government has sanctioned a school teacher accused of assaulting a female National Youth Service member at Government Day Secondary School, Kulede, Ilorin. And a joint statement issued by the Commissioner for Education and Training on Teaching Ethics and Service Standards. Now, following the incident, the National Youth Service Corps withdrew all corps members posted to both the junior and senior arms of the school. The NYSC State Public Relations Officer Oladipo Morakinyo confirmed the temporary withdrawal, stating that it was done to protect the corps members from further harm. Kogi State government has ordered the immediate closure of Zango Market in Osara and banned the roadside parking of trucks in the vicinity. The move was in response to the growing security concerns in Osara and its surrounding areas. A statement by the Commissioner for Information and Communication, Mr. Kingsley Fanwo, said intelligence reports indicate that criminal elements have been using the market as a hideout, often in collaboration with some truck drivers who park along the roadside. So, as at the time of filing this report. Kogi State House of Assembly has raised alarm over the influx of mentally deranged persons from other states into Kogi State. A motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Ajaokuta State constituency, Abu Oruno Ozia Jubrin, noted that the disturbing trend requires urgent attention. The lawmaker said the government must simultaneously uphold its responsibility to ensure a secure, orderly and safe environment for the general public, to foster public trust in government and ensure social stability within the state. While acknowledging the critical role of government in safeguarding the welfare and rights of citizens, particularly those who are vulnerable, including individuals with mental health challenges and other forms of disability, the lawmakers argued that the state government has a dual obligation in such circumstances to provide adequate care, support and rehabilitation for these individuals. He urged the state government to take immediate action to sanitize the streets by identifying and documenting individuals with mental health challenges and vagrants to appropriate rehabilitation centers for care and reintegration. The lawmaker also charged the present administration to ensure that all persons, whether rehabilitated or not, who are identified as non-indigenous to the state are respectfully returned to their respective states of origin through coordinated interstate engagements. The Speaker, Right Honor Umar Aliyu Yusuf, asked the mover of the motion if he has evidence of the influx of people that are mentally derailed into Kogi State, and he responded immediately that the streets of Lokoja and its environs have been flooded by criminals claiming to be without being traced. The city issued a stern warning to residents, stating that the enforcement of the ban on tinted windows, covered number plates, and unregistered vehicles would be vigorously carried out